So Jim, over to you, and thank you for coming here. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you. Yes, I am a client, and wouldn't have got a successful outcome from the appeal court only for Z2K and other organisations like them. It's the volunteers and the staff that makes life acceptable for people like me. Otherwise, if we went and accepted the way we were treated through the assessment, and that was treated like we were idiots, we don't know what we're talking about, even though we supplied serious medical evidence that was disregarded initially. You know, we were talking to people, they clearly had an attitude. I remember the day I went for my assessment, I was one sort of the last part of the day, and she said, I heard her whispering to herself, "Oh, thank God the day's over." You know, and that shocked me. But I got over the interview, and I started to question, especially when I was turned down. Why? Now, only that I'm an individual that has always been involved in the community. I asked friends, and I looked online, and I started to realise that this wasn't a proper assessment. This was just to make me, as a person with multiple illnesses and disabilities, life more difficult. There was nothing a part of the assessment that was asked, what could we do for you? You know, it was just literally taking away my rights, taking away that medical evidence was invalid. You know, it was a part, I went and turned up with a lot of letters from my GP consultants and various disability assessments in the past, and she said, no, we don't need them. We do our own investigation. And I went, what's this about? But, all right, I've survived it. It's taken me, I've lost my self-esteem during the period. It caused me serious depression. And I was very seriously depressed in the middle of this. I wouldn't say I was feeling like taking my own life, but I was on the edge of desperate. I was desperate. Now, all right, we went through the assessment, and thanks to, again, to Z2K and such people like them, I was granted. But it's taken me 2 years to put my life back together. I was in debt with housing. I was behind with bills. I was living day by day. All right, I'm beginning to get my life back. But I've still got health issues. And there is no proper agency out there, and that's what we need, is a proper agency that treats us as human beings and evaluate our circumstances. And I'm 67 now, and it's not getting easier. And there's, your health doesn't get better as you get older, but you don't need to be treated like a subhuman. You don't need to be, you're a lesser part of society. I'm glad to hear that, there's Jeremy Corbyn saying about bringing legal aid back. Thank God. Yeah, thank God, right? I think local authorities could do a bit more to help, right? I was in rent arrears, And I was called in by my estate manager, and she was talking about, well, if we don't sort this out and come up to, sort out some money, we're going to have to evict you. What? I then did explain the circumstances, and her attitude did change. But I live in Camden, Camden, from what I hear, is one of the slightly better boroughs, where there is some help, but it's still not. It should be a right, like the legal aid. Once you go for this assessment, you should have a support worker, somebody that can navigate you through the process, through the system. It's been a horrific change. We need change. This is not good. I think most of you have got an idea what the PIS assessment is about, but my point is, we've got to get change. Thank you.